Alright, hey guys. Thanks for checking this out again. Most likely not your first podcast. Thank you for watching if it is. I don't normally do an intro video like this, but this one had some technical difficulties that I wanted to address on the front end. And I was thinking about it whether I just put, a text overlay because it's not going to affect the audio version that goes up on Anchor, playable on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever you like to listen to your podcasts on. But it severely affects the YouTube one. So I thought it's best, based on the way other people are doing podcasts, they like to put this little intro on. So I wanted to try that, see how it goes. Give me your feedback in the comments if you don't mind about, do you like an intro video to introduce what's going on or do you not? Right now, what happened with this one, if you watch podcast 8 with Brant, we tried to put some extra overlay from his live segment on YouTube, overlay that in, and when we did that, I realized that the quality was really low. So, I knew that the setting recording was kind of low. I wanted to try to up that for the next one and upped my settings. And it kind of caused an issue in my computer where it's not actually capable of capturing everything we had going on at the quality I was trying to record it. So, this podcast has issues. The video is very laggy, it's jerky, it makes me want to not even post it, but that's kind of not the point of doing it, so it's all a learning curve. So, for following podcasts, I've reverted it back to the settings we were using prior to this episode until I can get some better equipment and get stuff rolling. But the other reason I want to play around with this is I record these a couple weeks out. So, this was recorded a couple weeks ago. And I'm trying to figure out what works best for me, what works best for the guests, what works best for the show in and of itself. And as far as I'm concerned, numbering these on the front end and including it in the initial audio is actually proving to be a problem in that I cannot be agile with if there's a podcast that has quick, relevant information in it that I want to sneak in before an existing pre-recorded one that has nothing critical to say, then I need to dump all of the upcoming podcasts all at once to be able to do that. So, as of right now, I need to probably start pulling the numbers out of the true podcast and including it only in an introduction. So, this is kind of a long-winded intro. I know that. It's not really what I intended it to be, but I appreciate you hanging in here. This podcast is episode 9. It's with Josh, Geyer, and myself. And, just bear with the issues. Let me know if it bothers you at all. Most likely it will, but at the same time, I don't know how many of you are truly watching this versus kind of putting it on in the background, walking away, and just listening. So if that's the case, it's not going to affect you. And again, just let me know in the comments if you like having this intro, if you don't like having an intro. And we'll go from there. So thanks for checking it out. Again, talk to you later. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Andy. This is GrindWorks Podcast 9009, or as many zeros as you want. We'll go back to that discussion. As I'm thinking about it, I'm like, am I ever really going to hit 100? Like, that's a lot of podcasting.
I was already thinking about like 666.
Well, yeah. I
Like,
mean,
yeah.
we just start jumping around where the numbers don't mean anything, but I think that'll be really frustrating for them.
I made it keep it interesting.
This is Josh Geyer, or Jash, as you might know him.
Howdy.
If you follow Instagram, I know you know him. If you don't know me on Instagram, I'm really not sure how you got here.
Got lost in the woods.
That's just true. I mean, YouTube takes you down some dark alleys and everything. I'm also working on that. I know I just shook the cameras like an earthquake happened, and it's gonna happen a bunch more times while we're here. Might as well just do it right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be fixed. I apologize in advance for all that. But Josh and I ride bikes together.
We do.
As you know, I think everyone that's been on this show has so far. Josh also runs Keystone brand. And secretly, not secretly, whatever, DOD threads.
Yeah, I blocked out of there, so I can't get on that Instagram.
And then it used to be Faded.
Yeah, Faded.
So there's a whole bunch of fun things that Josh does that you may or may not be aware of or know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you'll... I was going to say, normally at the end, just drop your plugs, but you might as well plug your stuff right now since it's the beginning. People might actually be watching still.
Yeah, I mean, Keystone is the only one, really.
The Keystone brand?
Yeah.
Underscore? No underscore?
Yeah, Keystone _ brand.
Okay. There's a D on the end of Keystone, so it's Keystoned.
Yeah, get the D.
Gotta love the D. Lots of D. Is it capital D? Yeah, no, it's not case sensitive.
It could be a
it's
big
totally
D or
a big D.
It could be a little D to keep you satisfied.
Multiple D's in the DOD.
Perfect.
What's the... I don't even remember. What was DOD?
It was just a random thing I started, just their clothing. Dod means dead in Swedish.
Okay.
So, dead threads.
Sweet.
Cotton's dead. Plants, I guess.
Yeah, I never even asked you.
But it was just a little thing I started. It was mainly skateboard based because I hang out with a lot of skateboarders, more than bikers.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on what your scene is.
Yeah.
Because you're almost a full hour away from here.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I had Jesse Herzog on
Yeah, nice.
a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I watched that actually.
And
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, we're an hour apart. We almost never ride together.
He's closer to me than I am to you, and I haven't rode with him. Besides, random sessions at the mill.
But it's funny because I'm we're about the same distance apart. Probably you to me and me to him, and we ride together all the time.
I know.
And it just is what it is.
Yeah, we were supposed to ride Imperial a while ago. A while ago. That would never happen. I don't know. It'll get there someday.
Yeah. So I'm going to start the discussion out a little bit weird, but only because we were just talking about it right before I started this. I'm just hold that discussion, but we're going to talk about pants.
Yeah. That's exciting.
So, just start you were at the very beginning of your story, and I'm just hold that thought, so.
Well, I found these fucking sick pants, and I'm going to probably buy 10 more pairs of them. It's hard to find pants.
It is. So that's what I was yeah, I can highly relate to that, because when I find pants that I like, I go buy at least 2 or 3 pairs of them right away.
Yeah, well, I did that last time.
Then the next time, I'll just be oh, I need pants. I'm not even going to go shopping around.
Yeah, you know exactly what you want. But I've been buying Levi's, and for some odd fucking reason, they just keep twisting the left pant leg. And I hate that. It's fucking terrible. So all day
twisting?
I'm it twists this way. So when you're walking, it
oh, it
turns.
grabs on your...
It just turns.
Around your knee.
So one leg's facing this way and the other one's not. It's what the fuck? So I'm done with Levi's, so they can fuck off.
Yeah, that's what I've always worn, Levi's, until I had to for one of my work trips.
Yeah.
Pick up a couple pairs of Dickies just because I didn't want to butcher my good jeans.
Right.
And then...
Now you love Dickies?
I used to wear them a lot, and then kind of fell out of it, because they don't look that good, usually.
Right.
But they are pretty comfy, and you forget how comfy they are.
Yeah, I remember back in, like, the fucking Bob Sherba days with his brown Dickies. I used to have a lot of brown Dickies. Mm-hmm. He was fucking awesome.
I've been wearing cargo pant ones. They're like... Who wears cargo pants anymore? But I love
all the skateboarders in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Every one of them. Well, not every one of them, but most of them.
I like them. So, and then I've been actually buying, I think, Lee jeans.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure they're like the same company, or were at one point, or
yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
They're just making two different labels.
The little red labels look the same. They have little tags.
Yeah. But those have actually been fitting better recently, and I'm like, weird, whatever.
Yeah. Pants are hard to come by, man.
Well, and you can go 4 sizes different when you go from one company to another. Right. You're like, wait, I don't fit in those. Those are going to be super small. Nope, that's the right size now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of weird, but... Pants. No pants?
Whatever. No problems with no pants.
I mean, that was the whole discussion that was being had and joked about before this podcast, was that we were actually going to do it naked.
Yeah.
And
Showcast.
Yeah. Prodcast, probecast.
Dickcast.
Docking cast.
I like that one.
But obviously not shouting out or anything, but like whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't get paid for this.
No, they're not giving you like Subway cards.
No hookups. Not a sponsored podcast, but that's okay. I don't want it to be. I can't talk crap if I'm paid by someone.
Yeah, right. You'd probably wait a month to get that though.
Yeah. Yeah. I will be expecting a check though. Or a box of clothes. I'll take either.
Yeah. It's a good deal.
So, what's up with Keystone lately?
We just ran like some hoodies, but...
All pre-order?
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe ran a couple extras, or...
I just do pre-order, then like a lot of people just fall off, like through the process, because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get them made, but it takes like a while to get them made, you know?
Yeah.
Like all the waiting time, all that shit. So a lot of people drop off, and like they're like really stoked on it, so I'll order them, and then when it comes time for them to pick it up or me ship it or whatever, it just doesn't happen. So I wind up with hoodies for whatever, shirts with for other people. So it just all works out pretty much.
When I've done them in the past, because I've done a handful of pre-order stuff at this point.
Yeah.
I won't order them until I have the orders, like, because I'll put them on the site for sale before.
Yeah.
So I'm not going off word of mouth. If you tell me you're gonna buy one, I'm like, yeah, not ordering it. Bummer.
It worked out though. I mean, like, I still need to order a shitload of them, but
yeah,
for the most part, like, they're all gone. Besides,
that's
like 2. But they're like XLs, so like they'll go.
Shirts are so weird.
I know. I hate ordering like sizes because you're like, I don't know what to order of what. Usually XLs and larges are what mainly goes. That's convenient.
Yeah, until you order a bunch, and then you get a bunch of requests for small and medium, and you're like, are you kidding
Everybody's like, I wore my sister's pants today, I need a fucking small shirt.
Like, no, you don't. Like, if you can, if you can wear a small, you can clearly wear a large or an extra large.
Right.
It might look like a tent, but
turn to a seamstress.
You can wear it. So but if you're a large or extra large guy, you can't wear a small. Right. So
yeah.
Someone was asking me the other day for a medium. I'm like, I got XL.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't even think I can live in a medium. That would drive me crazy. I like XLs.
Yeah, I mean, a size extra is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
The only thing I won't wear oversized is sweatshirts, like a crew neck sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I want it like right at the size where it's almost too tight, because I'm only wearing them when I go bike riding, and I don't want the loose edges to catch your bars or anything.
Yeah, that's why I won't do like any flatties or tables or anything like that with a sweatshirt on. I mean, I even sketch with a shirt.
Well,
whatever.
I'll
fast,
do it.
I guess.
I don't care about a normal hoodie, but I will not wear a zip up anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, zip ups are annoying riding, I think.
Well, because they like come down, and then once the zipper's in this area, like if you do a weird table or something, like that bar will hook your.
Not only that, just the pocket itself. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I took brakes off. I got like, I guess I got my brakes stuck in my jeans, like in my pocket, doing an undown over a pyramid.
Yeah, I had that on a regular turn down, riding trails way back.
Yeah.
It's like perfectly clicked in, and when I went to unwrap it, it just didn't unwrap.
Just lock that lever in there.
And I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
But it was one of those ones where you still had a lot of time.
Yeah.
So it was like you clicked it, you go to undo it, and it just doesn't undo, and you just re-snap it, and it came out, and I'm like, yeah.
That's good. Yours went better than mine.
It went better than it definitely could have.
Yeah, like I had it over here, my lever got stuck in the pocket, and then I was just like, I can't do anything. So I landed in an undown and just smashed the ground, and my thumb blew out of place. Like, this part of my thumb was like backwards, and I just popped it back in. I rode the rest of the night. Next morning, it was like a fucking elephant. It was huge. This is not good. It still doesn't look right.
Yeah. I'm really glad mine worked out, because it was a left hip, so it was more like a look back.
Oh, that's nice.
So it wasn't even up and down either. I was going to come in like tanked to the left and just like
smash. Full on death.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm really glad that worked out.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
But I also always ran a dirt hairy lever, so it was like the super fish hook that went in your pocket.
Remember the Goldfinger?
Yeah, I'm a 2-finger guy, you know.
I had a Tech 7. I get you. I think I rode a Tech 7.7 most of the time. Just bent it out a little bit, you know.
Yeah. So you turned it into a dirt hairy.
Yeah. And then the Odyssey monolever, I switched to that because it was a 1-finger guy. I like that one.
Yeah. What was the one that had multiple cables? It was the modulever, right?
Yeah.
I think you could run
the modulever. Yeah, that's like way back.
Whatever happened to cool brake things?
I don't know. I still miss Foo-Fa-Noos. I might like get brake mounts on my new frame so I can do some Foo-Fa-Noos.
You should just drill a hole through the cross brace on the seat stay, and just put caliper brakes on. Like, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. So I can put some erasers down there.
Yeah. The calipers, though. I mean, go back to like the 80s and use caliper brakes.
Yeah. Be a little excessive.
I'm down for it. I like I said, I have this frame over here. I just need to take the time, and I had arrangements made to buy a whole brake setup, and then it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're at.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not sold yet, because I want them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some anyway, because I'm probably gonna Swamp Fest this year, so I kind of want brakes. I probably want to hit those trails.
I don't know if I'm going or not. I had no intentions of it.
Yeah.
Until like a couple weeks ago.
It's about when I realized I'm probably gonna go.
Well, a couple weeks ago, I got a text message from Rachel, my wife, for those that don't know. But she's like, "What's a Swamp Fest?"
What's a Swamp Fest?
And I'm like, it's like the BMX contest to go to this year, other than GrindWorks jams.
Like, totally.
But she's like, "Oh, well, it's only 2 hours from my dad's house.
Yeah, it's convenient.
So we could go visit my family, and then you could go to your jam." And I'm like,
yeah, that's a win-win right there.
Maybe something needs to happen then.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
But we haven't made any plans, so.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really annoying driving a 1-year-old to Florida.
I mean, Depends.
He's good in the car. He's real good. Like when we go up to New York.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like we're going to be able to do it in like the drive to South Carolina, stay a night, and then drive the rest the next day. I think it's going to be more like almost 3 days of just to not push it with him and make him super.
You could probably drive overnight. He'll sleep.
Maybe.
Like, do you
I'm down with driving at night, but
that's like the best time to leave. I usually, like, if I go on vacation anywhere and I'm driving, I'm leaving at like maybe 10 o'clock at night.
That's how, well, not even that late, but like when Tyler and I go out to Chicago, a lot of the time it'll be Friday night, 5:30 after I get home from work. We're just, meet at my place, pack the car up, and off we go.
It's like the best time.
7-ish hours to drive to Chicago.
It's not too bad at all.
So if we leave at 5, by the time we stop, eat on the way, get gas once, whatever. Generally there by 1 or 2 in the morning, and then we just go ride Grant Plaza because it's lit all night.
Yeah, fucking perfect.
So
I have yet to go there, in Chicago.
It's pretty good. I like that city a lot.
Never been. I would love to. I was supposed to go to you guys at one time, and I just didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm really good at just not.
You've had some stuff in your last year or so, 2 years, whatever.
Right.
Personal life issues.
Yeah, lots of those.
Fun.
Oh yeah, life's fun. Just test you the whole time.
Yeah. So we ride a lot of Pittsburgh Street, but you're actually up in the Butler area, and you have a park.
Yeah.
That your pyramid went missing a couple years ago. And you've been trying to make a new one happen for a little while.
Yeah.
And we need to make that happen. So what's involved in that right now? Like, where's everything at?
Basically, we just need like some like the design, like schematics of what we need, how much wood, all that shit, and then give it to them. And in spring we could probably start.
So funding and everything's all good.
Yeah.
Are they gonna construct it to the plans, or do they want?
I think we're gonna build it.
Yeah. Cool.
Like, cause the guy I was talking to, he was like, "Yeah, we can have my carpenter buddy do it." I was like, "Why don't we just do it ourselves? Because we're gonna be riding it,
yeah, we already know,
and we know what we're doing, and we're gonna be available, like, rather than waiting for somebody that doesn't really care."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's got no investment in it.
Yeah. So I was like, we could probably slam it out in a fucking day if we wanted to. So.
If you got a handful of people that are willing to work, you definitely can.
I mean, it's only a pyramid. Like.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of framing that goes into that, but
you should have seen the last one.
I think it would be like a good solid 12 or 14 hour day, but I think you'd be able to bang it all out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It'd make everything better. Because like that part was awesome when I read the pyramid. There was actually flow. You didn't have to pedal.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry, you look beautiful.
No, I was just checking because, like, I've had a couple of times in the past where I wasn't recording. Not actually during the podcast. It's been other projects I've been working on this, and I pay attention to it, but then all of a sudden it like hits my mind. Like, I need to check because that would suck.
Right. That'd be terrible.
You'd be like, oh well, you got a partial. I
don't see our microphone things bumping up anymore. Is that normal?
Yeah, it's actually not right there. If it makes you happy, I'll do it though.
Yay!
There you go.
Pretty colors.
There's your mic levels.
Nice.
Now it makes you comfortable.
Yep. I know I'm talking.
Yeah. Well, if you don't know you're talking, that's kind of its own issue, but.
Right. I can't believe my coffee's almost gone.
I know. Well, that's what I was like. Do you want a water? You're like, no, I got a huge coffee.
Need like 5 more huge coffees.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I came ill prepared.
Should have had like the beer hat on, but had it filled with coffee.
Yeah. Black coffee.
So you've run GrindWorks stuff for a little while.
Yeah, I just ripped some pegs off you.
I know. You've had
awesome.
the old heavy dudes for a little while, the foundation pegs, and they are the best pegs ever.
They're pretty awesome.
These ones, the street lights they're better than most, but they're not nearly as awesome as the foundations.
Yeah, those things, I love those fucking pegs.
You can grind through anything. Like,
yeah.
You remember that day we were riding street down, I don't remember which part of Pittsburgh it was, and it was somewhere in the north side, though. I grinded that bridge with all the rivets on it, and they were like an inch tall.
Yeah, they just worked.
And I can't do anything like that with the street lights.
I might have to give these back to you.
That's fair. I'll refund you. Just keep the heavy ones in your bag when you got special things you want to
do. Yeah, paperweights.
Yeah, because you want to carry 4 bricks around with you all the time. Those are super heavy pegs, but they were done on purpose.
I never realized they were like that heavy.
They're like more than double a normal peg weight, but they're extra thick, and they don't deflect when you land on anything. It's just straight transfer of energy.
Yeah, they're
so your grind goes as good as it can go.
Yeah, I love them.
Unlike a lot of crappier light pegs that just bend and dent, and then you're like, oh, well, think about all the energy that you took to dent metal. Yeah. You lost every bit of that energy from your grind.
Yeah.
You'd say it's sticky.
Right.
Like no, your pegs are chintzy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've like barely worn those other ones down at all.
They wear down right when you get them. They flat spot a little bit until until the surface area on your grind is like optimized, and then you're just like smooth sailing. From there.
Right. Like I still have those pegs from when I tried that. I was doing that huge feeble on your one jam, like that huge feeble down that gigantic ledge at by Fort Pitt Bridge. Yeah. I did that like a million times, and there's like barely any markings, and it's like an unwaxed ledge. Yeah.
Even these, I haven't had any issues with the street lights. I just know that when it comes to the like relative roughness, is what I'll call it. Yeah. The foundations are superior.
Yeah, they're awesome. Just right for everything.
I think there's a substantial middle ground that could be made, and like if we want to ever redo the foundations.
Yeah, just do them like these, but
I still have some
thicker.
stock of them for anyone interested in like legitimately the best pegs ever. But
they are the best.
You have to not be a little weight weenie.
Yeah, that won't fly with you if you're a weight weenie.
I'm not even gonna tell you how much they weigh because if you have to ask, they're not for you. Yeah. That's just the legitimacy of the statement. Yep. But they are awesome.
I second that.
But yeah, I have some of those, but there's definitely a middle ground where we could keep the diameter larger. Yeah. Keep the thickness up, and be like maybe just a hair above a normal peg weight. Yeah. Because the street lights are extra light. I think they're lighter than like the Shadow Little ones.
I remember those.
And they're 4.5 inches long because of the tapering, and there's a couple other things I do that other companies are not doing that I'd rather not just like blow my spot up. Yeah. If you want to figure it out, you're gonna have to buy a set, but
yeah, I'm stoked to put these on there though.
I hope your extension's long enough.
Oh god, that'd be terrible. I don't know if it is.
I don't remember who it was. Someone went from like shadow pegs to these, and they couldn't put them on.
I'm thinking that my extension may not work. I feel
you
like
got
it's
the little baby, like the little 3.5 inch one.
Sweet. Yeah. Hopefully the extension is extended enough.
If not, you'll have to use mine for the short term, and then pick one up. Go to Kmart or Walmart or whatever, and just get a cheapo one. Yeah. Find one on Craigslist, but that's gonna be like
It's like way too much work.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd be like
Walmart
trying to find it for ages. Yeah.
There might be one in my basement for all I know. There's
Probably.
toolbox down there from forever ago.
I like when you find what you need, but it's like the wrong square size.
Oh,
and then you're trying to figure out, like, do I get a better socket wrench and use the bigger square drive and like go that route? Now I either need a stepper adapter for the socket itself, or I need to get a different socket, and you can like butcher your own tool set.
I used to have a 6 socket. It was a really good socket. I have no clue what happened to it.
Dude, I had like one I've had forever, and I was letting people use my tools at the Binghamton Jam.
I remember this.
And my socket went missing.
I think I do remember this. I think I was there, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know the people that were using it, and I hit like every one of them up. I'm like, yo, where did you put my socket wrench? I don't know. I put it back in your car. And I'm like, man, like there was more valuable stuff to steal in the car, so it's not like someone just went in and stole my stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm guaranteeing you someone has my wrench in their bag and they just don't know it.
It's there for safekeeping.
But I went out and I had to get all new stuff.
Yeah.
So I went out and bought a new socket wrench, a new socket set, and then a set of the nice deep wells. And by the time you go buy all that stuff, like, that was expensive.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for stealing that.
It's like how much cheaper to buy like a whole set rather than like a couple things you need.
Yeah, but it ends up being just like not as good too.
Yeah.
You end up with like crappier tools.
Yeah. And mine's like so chintzy, but it's nice, but it's like not as beefy as the one I used to have. I like the beefy one with like the fucking like long handles, so it's like got your full crank in without trying.
Well, you know what's funny is I went out and replaced all that stuff, and then right after that was like handling all the ice house tools and everything, and I have a whole socket set that we had at the ice house. And it's not as nice, but I'm like, yeah, the ice house was good. I miss it.
Yeah, that place is incredible.
It's cold.
Oh yeah,
Hence the name.
Was the ice house.
Spider house.
So good. That's the best.
Well, I mean, it's funny because when we called it the ice house, it had nothing to do with the weather. We had never been there.
Yeah, I think it was before. Like spring?
Yeah, we were just calling it ice house because of ice pick grinds, and I didn't want to call it grind house because it sounds like a gay erotica club, but...
Isn't Grindhouse that horror company? Like, I think
maybe.
I think Grindhouse does like movies.
It totally sounds like a gay erotica club, and like even though it kind of was.
Find it on Grindr.
Yeah, come to the GrindWorks Ice House. But yeah, I just didn't want to do that, and then there was something else. Grind Lab is a park already, so they're like, we were trying to come up with something cool, and it's like, Ice House has a ring to it.
Yeah, definitely does.
Man, I still wish we had that. I wish we.
Yeah, I wish they would have let you put the ramps at the mill.
I know.
Because we could just have that upstairs.
There's a whole empty area.
You're fucking amazing.
The ice house, that room that we're talking about, the ice house was probably half that size.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. Probably.
And that doesn't even talk about
half,
ceilings.
Honestly.
Like ceilings in general there.
Yeah, there's actually ceilings. It wasn't extremely small, but it'd be so fun.
It's all about how you build stuff. That's really all it ever came down to, was building the right stuff for the space.
Yeah.
Not just building whatever. Rollers.
Yeah. Imagine how high you can hit the wall. That tight wall.
I think it would become dangerous.
So good.
Although, think about the one on the side. The one that you could like actually really carve across. The long one that we built.
Yeah.
That one you could go so high on.
The one with the garage door?
No.
Oh, the big one.
Yeah, the side wall.
Oh yeah, you could fucking cruise.
That wall was amazing.
Yeah, it was fun. That whole place was fun.
Yeah, I would do it again. Ice House V2.
Great. I'd be pretty stoked on that.
I don't know when that could ever happen again.
Yeah.
Like, just life things.
Is that life again?
But, no, I mean, I think it's good. Like, we closed it a year and a half after Tyler and I started it because the reality was, like, what else were we going to do with that space?
Right.
You know, we had it for 2 winters. We never used it in the summer.
Yeah.
Maybe twice, I think we had been there. And then, like, I don't know. There's nothing we could do in that space. We would have ended up, if we had tore everything out, like, we would have built the same thing again.
Right.
With maybe exception of that corner bank. That might not have been there.
Yeah.
Maybe put something else in, but, like, we had talked about doing a curved wall ride over there.
Yeah, I think it'd be, like, way too fast for
it
that
would have
area.
been in the way.
Yeah.
Like, people sat over there.
Oh, yeah. We used to have that place packed. It's, like, not that big at all.
We had, like, I think the most we ever had in one session where the door was closed was 13.
Jesus. I feel like I've seen that.
Like, anyone that doesn't know the Ice House that might be watching this didn't, maybe, like, new followers on Instagram or people that are just watching this. 4 people was too many people for the Ice House.
I think Halloween was the time that it was, like, pretty stacked.
Yeah, but I think that's the one we had the door open.
No,
it was
raining.
after the street jam we had.
Because it was raining.
After the
Halloween.
street jam, we had the door open that one year. And we had some ramps set out to the back, and we had some tables set up. So, like, there were a bunch of people hanging out.
So fun.
As a skate park, 13, though, was the most it had. Then Tyler had a show there.
Oh, yeah. Your landlord loved that.
Hey, not my problem.
Yeah, fuck it.
We were told.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do here as long as you pay rent on time. So you can't just show up and all of a sudden care what's done there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Like an Indian giving.
Well, other than that, it's technically, like, not permitted for people.
Yeah.
You know, it is just a warehouse, so it's storage.
A lot of equipment for his lawn care.
Yeah. But, I mean, we kind of destroyed his drywall.
Just drywall.
But it was realistically, it was old and, like, it was bad drywall.
Oh, yeah.
It needed to be replaced. But
random spray paint on it, with car stuff.
Holes in it before.
Then Tyler
there were
just
whole
fucking ice
sections
picked
of
the
it
wall a
missing.
million times.
Well, there were whole sections of it missing.
Yeah.
And then there was, like, foam board insulation just chilling in a pile when we moved in there.
Yeah.
And I just construction glued it to the block wall instead of putting drywall over it.
Nice.
But we had talked about pulling all the drywall out
Yeah.
when we first got in there because we knew. But also having the block wall would have been awesome.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
that 1/4 to wall where you could actually wall ride the block wall.
Right.
Instead of having to skin all the walls with wood.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I like that wall ride. Fun.
I also broke that. You remember there was that, like, T in the wall where the wall stuck out about 18 to 24 inches or so.
I can't remember.
So where the, like, tight vert wall along the side wall was, there was a section of wall that stuck out like that far.
I think I remember. By, like, where the radio was, like the speaker.
No, over by the vert wall, like the normal 4-foot vert wall. Anyway, I was building around it a bunch, and then I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna break this, like, because I tried to get a good saw and everything, and saw some of the blocks so that we could do it nice and clean. And I'm like, if I hit it hard enough with the sledgehammer, it should just shear off.
And
some of them I didn't hit hard enough, and it actually shifted the wall. And
Jesus Christ.
some of the blocks to the outside you can actually just move now.
Oh my god.
So after that, you make sure you swing harder.
Yeah.
So that it just explodes the block and But I had it down flush. I mean, we had the whole wall skinned over that section.
Yeah. Jesus.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But like a lot of those ramps still exist and are around. Anthony and Max took a bunch of them.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Max has some at the barn park, and Anthony has some at their market.
Yeah, the marketplace. I want to go there. It sounds fun. I want to ride that.
And then
box.
I don't remember if anyone else took. Oh, HCS took stuff.
Nice.
But it's actually going to like Derek's brother Andy's house. He's building. He bought a house, but he's building a park in his house.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm like, well, those were the right ramps for that.
Yeah, they're perfect for a house.
So, yeah, that's cool. We need going kind of back to that Butler Park pyramid. We need to build that.
Yeah, that needs to happen. Like, not as tall as it was. I mean, I would love it to be as tall as it was, but a lot of people didn't like it as tall as it was, especially the skateboarders. But yeah.
Yeah, but they have the long and low.
Yeah, they do have that.
With the rail and the ledge.
Yeah.
So, drop in, go faster, skateboarders.
Right. They took it out because they said it was, like, the people running the park said it was, like, too tall and it was, like, dangerous because you couldn't, like, see over it. But, I mean...
What about the vert wall that's over there that's got, like, 6 inches of deck
the
and
death wish.
Falls 10 feet over?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess they don't expect people to go the whole way up there. I'm still waiting for James the Foof knew that very well.
James, you're called out.
Yeah, calling you out, James.
You can probably let your spleen heal a little more.
Yeah, take care of that first.
Should tell Brant to come out and Brant can foo-foo that wall. Or
that'd be awesome.
Actually, I want to see someone disaster it. That's the trick I want to see on
That'd be incredible. That'd be fucked up. I'd watch that. I've just never seen anybody foo-foo the damn thing.
It's because it's got a weird spot in it where it wants to throw you to flat before you ever quite hit the vert wall.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that it was built in 2 pieces. So it was probably built as a wall, and then they built a quarter instead of having one smooth transition the whole way up.
It is one smooth, like, it's just one skeleton the whole way up.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I'll have to look at the side panels on it, because it's
definitely like 4 feet of vert on it.
Or they've got, like, a seam in it that's just not blended well.
Yeah. And it's just been sitting in the weather for the past, like, 13 years or something.
Yeah. That's actually feasible, too. It could just have a warp board that throws you out to flat. Because I've gone to peg it before. And when you go up and you're almost in double peg, and all of a sudden you're, like, a foot out from the coping and dropping almost to flat, you're just like, oh, no!
Yeah, that's dangerous, but super fun.
How'd that even happen?
Right. That's fun. I still want to see somebody foo-foo that thing. Just needs to happen. I think I tried talking Murphy into do it the one day. He was trying to actually tire slide it, which was fucking gnarly. Way to go, Murph. You need to go back and get that. 'Cause that's fucking gnarly. That thing's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
To be tire sliding, I mean, if it had a full-on deck, I mean, it wouldn't be as bad, but...
See, I think it comes down to, for me, again, it's that weird spot in it that throws you to flat. Like, you could go...
It's like bucks you a little bit.
You could go try to lay it into the tire slide, which kind of drops you back in on its own.
Yeah.
Just the way that dynamic of that trick works.
Right.
But if you go for that and you're not over the coping anymore, you're just sideways falling to the ground.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people die on that thing.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. It's like a bigger version of the GrindWorks quarter. Like a tight-ass tranny.
And it's not even that tight.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But I like it.
That's a good time.
I'm not a huge fan of, like, your weird bank to sub there, but I don't like the slanted sub.
It's because it's so, like, short and, like, steep. Like, it used to be that sub used to be, like, a foot tall. Like, it was literally, like, this. And we're like, can you guys, like, maybe make this higher because they're going to fix it? Mm-hmm. So they, like, had all these, like, jail inmates, like, out down at the park, like, fixing shit. And we come back, And, like, dude's using a level to, like, set the fucking coping on this sub. And if you look at that sub, it goes like this. Like, it just goes up. Like, it's not level whatsoever. Meanwhile, I use a level. And it's just like a fucking wall. Like, it's not really a sub anymore. It's like a fucking wall sub.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's not tall enough to be a good wall ride.
Yeah, it's just in the middle.
And it's not good for being a sub. Like, you can do stuff on it.
You gotta huck to get up that thing.
But it's also skinny.
Yeah.
So everything you do on it, everything about that setup is weird. But it makes sense that Jalen Mates did it.
Yeah, with a level that's not level.
They had cross-eyed Bob doing the leveling.
Right. Something.
It's like, well, it looks good.
His eyes are drifting left. Or left, whichever was left.
Yeah, who even knows? Or they were using like a 6-inch level over an 8-foot span, and you're like, well, yeah, of course it looks level. Idiot.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't help that everything's sagging there and all your decks are broken.
Oh yeah. I think they need to take that railing out on that sub. That way you can come out of that 4-foot and then just grind that sub to flat. Or use the fucking upper deck, like just fucking come out of that quarter and you have like an upper deck. And
yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I use handrails.
Just go break those off.
Yeah.
Take them off.
Get out with a sawzall, just fucking go to town.
I mean, are they even paying attention to it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, they paint it like 5,000 times a year.
Okay, so I mean, at least they're quote unquote maintaining it, but
yeah, they just paint everything. They don't really do much.
I mean, I know they've reskinned your Mini a couple of times.
Like, everything's been reskinned a lot. The vert wall at one point had a gigantic hole in the bottom of it. The Minis have holes all over the place a lot. And now everything's pretty up to par. Or as good as it can get, I guess.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to keep spending money whenever it's... It's like you only have to fix like little tiny things at every given moment.
I mean, the scene up there is kind of weird anyway, too, as far
all
as like...
skateboarders.
Well, I mean, I can tell you from my experience coming up there to ride, like, I'll show up at the park,
it's
and
like
there's
hell on earth.
14 people there. No one's riding or skating.
Yeah, they're all like little hood rat kids.
They're... Yeah, you've, like, got kids playing tag on the park.
Yeah.
And then you've got 10 or 12 skateboarders and 1 or 2 bike riders all sitting on the side drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it's like a day at the park.
Yeah. It's just a weird vibe anytime I go up there because you're like, oh, wait, someone's actually riding?
Yeah, like,
yeah, okay.
I ride there so much, so it's like,
yeah.
when I'm there, I really don't care.
Well, I know that you like whenever we come up because it's actually a reason to ride instead of just hang out and sit there and just...
It's bullshit the whole time.
Yeah, do the socializing at the skate park thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like an outdoor living room. Basically.
Outdoor living room.
Yep. You gotta take a rug down there.
Should bring a couch down, like a leather couch, so it doesn't get super
so
nasty.
That'd be terrible. Just think of all the kids.
Oh, they'd be like doing little kid banging on it and stuff.
This is terrible. Yeah, it'd be bad. You just have to burn it after like a week.
Maybe you should start taking it down and then take it home every day.
Yeah.
Just put a trailer together that's like a mobile living room.
I just get a bike rack in my car that just like holds a couch.
You can get the hitch mount like carrier racks. Just
yeah.
Mount a couch to it. Mount a futon frame.
Here's a very uncomfortable futon for you guys.
Just roll up to the park and back in.
That would be awesome though, actually.
It'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
You just take the like pad and mattress for it and just roll it up, put it in the back of the car.
Sounds like a good plan.
It probably wouldn't work that well, but it's a good idea.
You can make it work.
It's a good idea that sucks. Let's put it
It's a good shitty idea.
It's the best worst idea ever.
Yeah. And you just like, you can field parties, you're ready. Go everywhere in that fucking thing. Tailgating would be a new whole thing.
You're like quite literally tailgating.
Yeah. On your futon. Connected to your car.
You get one of the couches, like obviously what I've got out there, the one that has the split in it with the little storage unit.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
And then you could actually hang out and have like a thing of, you could just dump ice in the little storage compartment and have beers and everything in there.
You gotta like make a grill accessible to the thing too.
Because the compartments that come in those are like pretty shallow, only like this.
Yeah.
But if you unscrew it, it actually goes all the way down to the bottom of the couch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you can just make a better bin that goes in there.
Yeah, like complete storage. You can lose everything.
And then you can put a little drain on it, so after you're done with your thing, all the water will drain.
It's a perfect idea. You just like trademarked like the best fucking Super Bowl couch ever.
I know. It's free. Take it. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. That'd be good though.
Ashley Furniture, where are you at?
Yeah, really.
What are you doing in the future? You got any plans for Keystone, for any other projects? Try to get unlocked on DoD threads, or are you kind of over that one?
My buddy made the account for me, so he doesn't remember his email that he used, so we can't get in. Like, I don't know. There's another route you can take. Like, I don't think you can just call Instagram up and be like, "Yo."
You can, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Because when you sign up, you put names and everything associated with the account.
I just need them to unlock it because I remember the password after I fucked up a million times. So now I just can't get in, but I know the password.
Oh, yeah. All you need is unlock then.
I know.
Well, it might actually be. Have you tried recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like, no. Like, okay, sorry. Sorry for trying.
Yeah, that sucks that you can't get on your own
I know.
account.
Whatever, it's still there. It's visible.
I mean, you haven't really done anything with it, but it doesn't mean you don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like ideas of like doing stuff with that still. I thought about just like bringing part of it into Keystone, just like meshing it in there somehow.
Yeah. I mean, that's realistically when you're like the only one doing a lot of it.
Yeah.
That's what makes the most sense, is why run it as two projects?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like to some degree a lot of the stuff I do with GrindWorks should probably not be branded GrindWorks, but then at the same time you're like, why do I need different projects?
Right.
It's all the same thing. It's all the same market.
Yeah.
Why turn it into more work to have to keep stuff separate?
Yeah.
And it also, like, if you come up with a cool idea on one side, the side you care less about will inevitably have the cooler idea.
Right.
And you'll end up gaining a following because of that, and you're like, it's the same. It's us. Like, hey, we're over here. Come to the main page. And like, no.
Exactly.
We were only into that thing.
Yeah.
And like, oh, nice, cool.
Yeah, it was mainly like, I think I started off like mainly like skateboard based. Like I was just like, I made an account for like my friends that skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just basically going off that. But then like I like gradually started putting bike stuff in. Then like while I'm doing that, I'm still doing Keystone. So I was just like, I don't know, I just kind of drifted away from it. But like I still like the name and all that. But
yeah,
the name's cool.
I feel like our two brands are very similar in that aspect, where it's like you started doing it with a crew.
Yeah.
And then you start making stuff, and then you're like, are we a company with a crew, or are we a crew that sells things?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I mainly feel like it's just, I don't know.
I feel like
I don't feel like that much of a company.
I feel like it's pretty much more of a crew that occasionally sells stuff.
Yeah.
Like
that makes sense.
You make stuff when it's convenient.
Yeah.
If you don't make stuff, it doesn't impact anyone.
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty much the same there, and that's where I don't feel so bad about just running everything under the same branding anyway.
Right.
And then the only thing that gets weird is like, if you really wanted to put your crew on a team, then you're like, well, you're already there. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's us. We're all riding together all the time, and like, it's not like people don't know you from our page or me from your page or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of whatever.
Pretty much. We're like all the same people.
Yeah. It is. I mean, that's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
Even, like, the combination of crews from your crew, my crew, and Jake Hobler's crew.
Yeah.
It's all the same dudes.
It's pretty similar.
There's a couple outliers here and there that, like, we're all acquaintances with.
Right.
But they're not, like, the prime hit-em-up dudes.
Yeah.
But if you hit Jake up, you kind of expect that he's going to bring, like, his crew.
Cam.
Tim, Cam, other Cam, Clasper, I think it is, and some of those other dudes. But it's just funny.
Yeah.
This coming year, 2020, April 2020.
That's the video.
That's the video thing. So
I'm excited for that.
You're doing a video contest for that Capital Lou crew thing. Capital Crew. The jam is Capital Lou. But
really? Never knew that.
Yeah. It's St. Louis.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you entered that jam. I entered that jam. Or video contest.
Yeah.
And Jake's entered in that video contest.
Yeah.
At this point, I haven't really heard a lot about it, any like new developments or anything. I think the challenges thing kind of just dropped off.
Yeah, that needed to go. That was like, who really cares?
Well, like, all right, so I can shed some light on that for you, but the thing with that is, I've been filming the GrindWorks video for a handful of years now.
Yeah.
And I talked to people ahead of time and said, hey, are you interested in filming a full part?
Yeah.
How many of those people don't even ride now?
Probably quite a bit.
More than half. And they never sent me anything. Yeah. So I think the challenge is purely to keep people on focus.
Motivated.
And task. Yeah. Keep motivated.
Yeah.
Keep sight of the end goal.
Right.
And not just say, yeah, I'll do it, and wander off into nothing. And don't follow up ever again.
Yeah. I mean, like, they had that one challenge of, like, going into Walmart and spray painting pedals. Like, I'm 32. I'm not going to jail for fucking spray painting fucking pedals on a bike.
No, I just don't care.
Yeah, like, who cares, really?
Well,
that's fucked.
And, I mean, same. I'll be 31 this month.
Yeah.
And I just don't care. Like,
yeah.
I don't get out enough at this point.
Yeah.
To not be focused.
Right. I ride, like, once in a blue moon.
Or if I'm going to ride, like, I might not be super focused. I might just be out to have fun.
Yeah.
But that's the point then, is I'm going to do whatever's fun. I'm not going to, like...
It's pretty much what I do. I think I hang out with you guys more than I ride.
I'm kind of over the hood rat thing.
Yeah, I don't want to be a hood rat.
I mean, we still have friends that we ride with on a regular basis that you're like, I don't know, man. Like, if you're into that, that's cool, but I'm going to hang out over here.
Yeah, you hood rat shit.
I'm going to go circle the block and see if there's anything new going on over there.
Yeah. Right.
But, I mean, I end up doing that a lot anyway, whether if they're being sketchy or if they're just riding a spot that I don't really care for.
Yeah. Yeah, I like going exploring.
I just ride around the block, and then everyone's like, oh, you're a bummer. And I'm like, I'm not telling you not to ride there, but I found a cool curb thing that I want to ride, so let's both have fun. I'm not asking you to stop.
Yeah, we need to go back to Akron again. I want to go back to Akron.
You got a couple missions.
Yeah, we need to get back there. For sure.
That's on your hit list for the video.
Yeah. It's on my to-do list.
Yeah, no, I want to get to Chicago again. Never really ridden Detroit. I've been to Detroit, haven't ridden. Been to New York City, haven't ridden.
Yeah, I've been in New York, never ridden there though.
Even just getting out of our own little comfort zone. As much as I love going to North Side and just cruising around, like,
yeah,
we need to drive 45 minutes away from Pittsburgh and ride things, not drive to Pittsburgh and ride
I'm
things.
definitely, like, bored with a lot of the Pittsburgh street because we ride it so much that we need to just go to, like, other little outskirts cities and just look around.
Downtown is not very fun.
No, I don't.
There's some cool spots,
down there.
but I'm sure you've heard in a couple of these other podcasts, whenever it comes up, whenever we have the jam, as soon as we take it across the bridge into downtown Pittsburgh, you might as well just kill the jam. It's not fun anymore.
Boring.
No one's having fun.
Yeah, I'd rather be like cruising through an alleyway.
We
in like
we
some
could
shady
ride
area.
North Side all day long.
Oh yeah, there's tons of shit.
And have a crew of 100 people, and you're not gonna get looked at twice.
Yeah, right.
But as soon as you cross into downtown Pittsburgh, all eyes on you.
Yeah. Yeah, like, holy fuck, there's kids on bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop-de-doo.
And it is what it is. Like, it's just not... There's not that much over there.
Yeah. So
I don't understand going there for the jam.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. And it's just the big inconvenience, really.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. Kind of over that part of the town.
And it would just, like, make everything move definitely smoother if you didn't go into the city.
Yeah. South Side wouldn't really be any better. That'd almost be worse.
No, South Side would be fucked.
You could maybe do Oakland, but Oakland spots are so spread out, and you can't have 100 people there.
Yeah. Yeah, Oakland's pretty busy. There's definitely nothing really in the South Side. There's like one spot that's like gated in the area. It's like you go down in and there's like these little banks to the brick wall. You know that spot?
I haven't really ridden South Side.
It's pretty sick. It's like little sub boxes, like a window ledge. It's pretty cool. It's like a little.
I need to go cruise around over there. Like go park by thick bikes or something and then just ride around.
Yeah, I used to live in the South Side and I pedaled all over that fucking place and there was like not really much.
There's a handful of cellar doors around that area.
Oh, there's a lot of that shit for sure. There's
those, more so than some other areas.
There's those yellow rails, like the big fat rails or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That park. And like some manual pads, but besides that.
Yeah, but outskirts, man. Like McKeesport.
Yeah.
I love going to McKeesport. No one else likes to go ride McKeesport.
I'd go.
Although that whole road, remember when we were down there, there was that one road that had like 4 pole jams on it all in a row?
I don't know if I was there. I don't think.
Maybe you weren't with us. So I was going down there pretty regularly because I loved this one road. It was really good pole jams.
Yeah.
And it was like someone must have driven up the street and just like,
wasted plowing fucking poles. Nice.
The one spun, so you could like turn it however you wanted to go.
That's sweet.
Like if you wanted to go off the curb or like come up the curb and then hit it, or
that's cool.
Point it away so that you can just do stuff to the flat.
Spot mods.
But the more that I rode it, the spinnier it got, and it started to get kind of sketch. But yeah, they were all gone this year.
Damn.
Ruining stuff.
Terrible. Shitty when a spot leaves.
But yeah, it was all parking meter poles and no parking meters on it. Like, like someone drove a vehicle down the road, bent all the poles over to also knock the meter off the top and then steal them. That's what I envisioned.
Genius.
It's also McKeesport.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder how that did the car. The car's probably fucked.
Realistically, it's probably just plows.
Maybe.
But I like to think that it's not.
I think it was a drunk driver.
Or just like a career criminal, just knocking the meters off.
I remember one time, me and Mitch definitely fucking ran a meter over. We were like, we were sitting at the Diamond Park in Butler, and we were in his fucking truck, and he's like, watch this. Just punches it, and we hit this fucking meter, and it goes flying across the fucking road. And that was about it. We just left. It's like, what the fuck?
Mitch was funny.
He was the best. Yeah. Love him. Good time.
I didn't know him that well, so
yeah.
I know that he was very close to you. You were very close to him.
We did a bunch of funny shit together.
But I don't know that we want to go into that discussion there.
Rest in peace, Mitch.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Don't do most drugs.
Ask for help.
Yeah. Ask your friends if they're okay.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah. Keep your friends close.
Don't just assume that people are okay because they're smiling and having fun and cool.
Right.
Because they might not be.
Yeah, the world might be just melting down.
You don't want to find out that it's too late to help someone.
Yep. For sure.
So, anyway, more positive notes. Bikes. So, I've talked about this with other people. I haven't talked about it really with you. Well, we have, but not in this format.
Yeah.
Back to that contest, like, some of our crew was not stoked that we were all doing separate videos.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny because the video has a cap of 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And you look at our scene and how many people
There's
we
tons
ride
of
with.
us.
And it's like, I mean, I talked to Tim months before he ever announced that contest because he told me he wanted to do it. And then I recommended that you do it.
Yeah.
Because what none of our friends were thinking about was the fact that I have the New York dudes to account for.
Yeah, you have like
a
whole other crew of dudes. So
I'm like, yes, I've already been working on this project. I have a lot of stuff from you local dudes.
Yeah.
But I also have all of them to account for.
I'm still holding on to clips that are like 4 years old now.
So when we started doing our GrindWorks DVD, we put out what we called the Purge edit.
Yeah.
And it was you could call it a full length. It was like a 20-minute edit in sections. Everyone had their own section. And it was just offloading every clip we had up to that point.
Yeah.
Like, if you're sitting on something, we're using it now. Because it needs to be gone. We need to start clean.
Right. Yeah. I have those old ass clips. I don't know what the fuck to do with them. They're like so old at this point.
Yeah.
I'll throw them to something.
But what I haven't talked too much about is I actually have like another video project that I haven't signed it up formally, but I might just do it anyway.
Yeah.
I want to do weird clips. Like a whole video
of weird shit.
The stuff I do on an everyday basis.
Yeah.
And the stuff like a lot of my friends do on an everyday basis. The stuff where we do it, it's super fun. It's actually like more representative of our day-to-day riding.
Yeah.
But we always sit there and go, that's not worth filming. And then later we're like, that was cool, I wish we filmed it.
Yeah, or like you'll do something like super awesome and you didn't film it at all, and then like you go to film it and you just can't reenact it.
Or even like sometimes, how many days have we spent where it's like, you guys want a monster truck through that big bush?
Right.
Yeah, we do. Let's do it in a train. What do you do with that clip in a normal video? It goes in the extras that no one's watching.
Right, B-roll. Bunch of B-roll.
But it's so fun to do that stuff. So I've got an idea to do that.
Yeah.
And then I also have all of the footage from the Ice House. Every clip we ever posted on Instagram.
That's incredible.
So I have so much to work with there that I can put a whole little Ice House thing together.
That'd be cool. I still have that fucking design I made for the Ice House.
And I don't know if I want to do it in like by people and friends, or if I want to do it chronologically. Like, this is the evolution of the Ice House. Yeah.
I think that would be the way to go. That'd be cool just to watch it change throughout the video.
I think so too. That's what I'm kind of leaning towards. Like, obviously every clip that I've filmed is in order.
Yeah.
The phone puts it in order.
Right.
It's image 0001.
It would be cool though. Yeah, like that's a little time lapse.
I think it'd be real fun.
Yeah.
I just wish that we had done more with like construction videos and more documenting the whole process. But we weren't thinking about it.
Right.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, we're just doing it.
It's more of like a cool afterthought now that like, well, I've got all the stuff. It's gone. Like,
yeah.
So I could potentially be doing 3 different videos for that. But it's also like I want to work on them all together because if I'm working on all of them, if everyone flakes and no one sends me stuff for the video, I'm not screwed.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to do a lot of filming this year.
But I do think that the like weird trick one is maybe going to be like a 15 to 20 minute max. I'm not trying to push the whole 45 minutes. No. Make people watch the worst video they've ever seen for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I haven't formally committed to any of that, but I want to do it. I'm set up to do it.
Yeah.
It's more about if I can make the time to get it all done. The Ice House one I could start working on today. There's nothing new coming from the Ice House.
I probably still have like a bunch of clips on my computer from the Ice House because I would just film B-roll shit there.
Yeah, you might have a bunch of stuff that I don't have then. Like some of just the goofing around and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have shit.
If you do, let me know.
Definitely have to check it because I usually just like upload everything to my fucking computer. So
same.
If I filmed, it's there.
I don't delete anything.
Yeah, me neither.
And I know that that's like weird for people, but
I like keeping everything.
It comes from our history of real cameras. Like,
right.
If you were recording on a mini DV cam, you just put a new tape in.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't just delete this clip and then start recording again because there was a clip after it.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you had uploaded the whole thing and then you just want to reuse the tape, which just never made sense.
Right.
Your quality went down after you started doing that a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I have every VHS-C tape I've ever filmed. I have every mini DV tape I ever filmed. And for a while I had every SD card that I ever got clips on. Yep. And then I started just putting them all on a hard drive, so I have like backed up hard drives of that stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome having like backed up shit.
And I think I have the digital file for all those VHS-C and mini DV tapes in its entirety.
It's awesome.
Because at first I was just capturing only the like relevant clip, and I'm like, why not just walk away from it? I just let it record. Yeah. Then I can start cutting it all down, and I've got it all.
Yeah.
And there's stuff that's never been aired, like, it's fun.
Yeah,
I like having it all.
I definitely like a lot of clips of like the Butler Park. I like set my phone up and just let it record on a day like that a lot of us are just like ripping.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just like collects everything. Like, even though it's still sitting in one spot, or like I'll just film everybody because I usually do that anyway.
Well, if you were going through and just deleting anything that you didn't land, like, you might not notice until you're watching stuff 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years later that in the background of the clip that you, like, wasn't your favorite, let's just say. You rode away from it, it was sloppy, but something awesome happens in the background at the same time, and you're like, you know what? That's actually the keeper. I would have never thought about it that way, but that's the one to keep.
There's this one night, we were at the park and we had a wagon. Somebody dropped off a little shitty red wagon. Do you remember the little red wagon with no wheels?
No.
But it was like full of like garbage. And my buddy Mikey went and like did a tray flip over it. And when he did so, the tip of his nose of his board fucking scooped a bottle. So it tray flips over and this bottle goes flying like 30 feet in the air. I don't know fucking how. And then it just like randomly drops back down into the picture. But it was like out of the frame for like 5 seconds. Like it saved. I was like, what the fuck happened? Like so random.
Obviously, that one's unintentional.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of this clip we were trying to film way back at HCS, like years and years ago. Me and my brother. He had his skateboard on the ground, just sitting there, and I was riding, doing the bunny hop over it, land on the nose of it, and just send it flipping into the air thing.
Yeah.
And he's running behind me at a distance. So, like, by the time it comes down, he's trying to jump onto it and land it. And he jumps on and lands a little bit on the nose and just goes...
Jesus Christ.
And it's so funny. And I know I've got that clip somewhere.
It's always the stupid shit that fucks you up.
Yeah. There were times where, like, I landed on it kind of weird and it, like, rocketed it backwards at him and he's like...
Skateboards.
But those are the kind of things, too, that, like, that's the type of clip that goes in that video that I'm talking about. It's just weird stuff. Stuff you do that's not Smith Nose Bar, Feeble Hard.
Yeah.
Manny 180.
I saw that one clip of me skateboarding, and for whatever fucking reason, I'm like self-filming myself like doing a kickflip, and I stepped on the skateboard and I like moved my foot weird, and it kind of like crossed my fucking legs. So then all you see is like the phone like go, and you see the sky, and then you just hear me slam the fucking concrete. And I just lay there for like 2 minutes. My phone's still working somehow. I literally like slammed it into the ground. And it went flying, and all you just hear is me dying like for 2 minutes, and everybody laughing at me. But it's like a bunch of good conversations that happen in that 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it in the super short term when people delete clips because they need the space on their phone, but it like hurts my soul.
Yeah, I hate doing it because I'm like, can I delete this? Can I not? I don't know, but then you're gonna hate yourself because you don't have that clip anyway.
Right. Like, I also like, if you start doing like 40 attempts at something and then you delete 39 of them, or you delete all 40, and then you go 40 more attempts and you delete 40, 40 more attempts, maybe there was a good rec in there, so you delete 39.
Yeah.
You can end up in a situation where you literally had 400 attempts at something before you pull it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? There's value in the sheer amount of attempts that took,
right? Because
of the frustration on the right-of-ways and like the foot down, and you're just like one of the HCS videos after the credits. There's, I think it's 20 to 30 minutes
of attempts
of one person trying to do a nose slide. I think.
Jesus.
And it's from the moment of ollie until either the wheels hit the ground and he doesn't ride away, or if there's like a scream or something, it includes that. And it's a counter. 1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
awesome.
5. And it was like hundreds of attempts. 2 days
Jesus
of going back
Christ.
for this nose slide at a skate park.
Wow. That's a little excessive.
And it's so funny though. I mean, that's why it's after the credits. Like anyone that's interested in that. But that spawned off into this idea that they had where they were putting in a frustration section.
Yeah.
Which, like, they still had a crash section. But they're like, you know, sometimes there's these clips where it's just like a weird bail. It's not a crash.
Yeah.
But something funny happens, or they yell, or they throw something, and you're like, that's valuable too. So they started putting frustration sections into the video. And they're like, it's also more documenting what's going on, and it shows people watching what you're going through, because you're not always riding away or taking a hard slam.
Takes it back to like Square One's videos, like back in the day. Square One videos, it was like you see a lot of frustration in their filmings and shit like that.
Well, and like people always use them for like intros to their edits or video part, but it's usually 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Aaron Ross might have had like 10 at the beginning of some of his sections, but yeah, it's funny when everyone's are just grouped together.
Right. Like, what was it? Deadline did something like that.
Possibly. I've only watched Deadline once. I didn't really care for that video.
The movie's so good.
And it's funny because I know it's good.
It's
I just didn't care for it.
So good.
I'll have to give it another attempt.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I bought it because I buy everything that comes out on DVD.
Yep. I thought
Other
it was
than
good.
that, there's another one I saw it just recently pop up that it's for sale. I'm like, all right, screen grab that because I need to come back to it and order it.
What was it?
Let's see. I've got it in my recent photos, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Where is it? Is it not in my recent photos? Was it longer ago than I thought?
Wouldn't
Now
it
I
be
feel dumb.
Go to your screenshot album.
Right there. It was longer ago than I thought. The Way Out DVD.
Isn't that the one I just had that premiere?
Might be.
At the Wheel Mill on Sunday after the Welcome Gym?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think they had the premiere on that Sunday.
Okay, well, it's available now on Aldi's.
And who is it? Like, what company? Because
Does not say anything about it.
all I saw was it was called The Way Out, and there's no...
Yeah, there's no info.
Yeah, I was like, what is it? Which is very strange.
While I'm on my screenshot album, I screenshotted this just to discuss today.
Oh, God.
It's Groundhog's Day.
Is it? Did you fucking... the boob knee?
No, not your knee. Yeah, your knee looked like a groundhog at one point.
Yeah.
It's Groundhog's Day right now, so it's February 2nd. You probably won't see or hear this for 2 weeks. Because episode 7 hasn't even been posted yet. Additionally, this is the first episode recorded after I have formally started putting audio-only versions out. So, right after this, we're going to watch a video, and you're not going to participate. That's a joke. I'm not actually doing that, but that would be fun to do. Just do a bunch of things that people can only enjoy if they watch it.
Yeah.
Like, here's the audio-only version.
Yeah.
You only get half the show. So that's a thing. We finally got that handled. I clearly don't have the camera situation handled yet. We're still filming from down below, and we're still getting earthquakes.
Keeping it real.
So you're welcome for that. But anyway, this discussion will be late by the time it happens. But Groundhog Day, early spring, according to a groundhog that knows nothing.
Yeah.
And it, just fun fact, is it's only happened 19 times in 133 years.
What happened?
The groundhog did not see its shadow, so it's going to be in early spring, apparently.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yay!
I got up this morning, it was like 30 degrees out, and I was like, wow, I could wear like a t-shirt right
You
now.
know it's going to be tomorrow?
Like 50s.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck.
Smart groundhog. Let's keep him around.
Yeah, keep him, he's a good one. The other ones are retards. And get back to eating grass and being fat.
Just don't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're pretty close to Punxsutawney where they actually do that. So I always want to go up there. It just doesn't ever make sense to get up that early and drive to Punxsutawney
To look at a groundhog.
to watch someone yank a groundhog out of the ground that doesn't want to come out.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool to get to.
I think it would be fun because it's like, I mean, you guys have lived around here for a long time, but I've never been around it. So, like, thinking about it when you live
it's like a
so many
giant
hours
party.
away.
It is like a huge. There's like so many fucking people there. It's like gnarly. My buddy Adam went the one year, and he had like a fucking ski mask on, and my other buddy, Grant that skateboard, saw him only by his fucking eyes. Thank God he's Asian, because I mean, it just minimizes who it would be. So he's like saw him and like, yeah, I was like, how the fuck did you know it was him just by his fucking eyes? But
I mean, certain people you can tell.
Yeah. This is so random. They're both at Punxsutawney. Like,
because I mean, it's not only eyes; it's height and everything too. And like, even if you really know someone, like by the way they stand. So like,
it's just hilarious.
It's not terrible, but it is funny. But yeah, like not being from the area.
Yeah.
You never even think about it, and then as you move into the area, and all of a sudden it's only like an hour away. You're like, I want to go to this. I want to go really bad for no reason.
Yeah, I met Mark Goodwin and Jack Lamb. They were from like England and shit like that. Mark Goodwin's like all about the Source thing, like Source Mag. And their one buddy was living in Punxsutawney, so they are like, I met them at, I think I met them when I was riding at Imperial. And then we ended up like just riding for like a whole week straight, and like they were like going back to the fucking Punxsutawney and coming back to fucking Pittsburgh to like ride. Like a couple times I think I'd have to stay with me just so they'd have to drive the whole way to fucking Punxsutawney.
Right, because that's like 2 hours from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
Well, maybe hour and a half to 2 hours, somewhere like that.
Yeah, that was like in 05, so I miss those dudes. They were fun as hell. Jack was like doing nose manuals in like 05 that you didn't really see, which was awesome.
Yeah. There were a handful of people that had really solid nose manuals back then.
Yeah.
Stephen Hamilton.
Randy Brown.
Derek actually was one of them.
Yeah.
And then John Ludwig rode for Madeira, and the Take. But he and Derek used to have like an occasional nose manual battle out front of HCS. They would set up as many manual pads as they could and just like send it.
That's awesome.
I don't remember how many they got, but they were like
Pushing
really good at nose manuals because I think they were doing 3 or 4 8-foot pads.
Damn, sick.
And like just being good at it, I don't get it. You're on like the edge of it where you know how to do it.
Yeah, it's just not there every time.
But you don't have the adjustment refined yet, where you can like correct it every time on purpose. Like sometimes you just get it and you're like, yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I haven't been riding that much, so my nose manual game is like so fucking weak.
They're probably broken.
Yeah, I can like relearn.
Yeah. So speaking of not riding that much, we should go ride bikes.
We should go ride bikes.
I know that was kind of the original plan. When we did Jake's podcast, he's like, let's go to the wheel mill right now. I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And then I never went.
We're going to go, though.
Yeah, sure. So, let's go to the wheel mill, Josh.
Yay, indoors.
I love riding indoors.
It's like street weather outside right now.
I know.
36 degrees or something.
So, no one's making us go to the wheel mill.
I know. It is all wet, though.
All we're doing is talking about going riding.
Yeah.
We could definitely go riding and not go to the wheel mill.
I don't know. Everything's pretty wet. Maybe we can find a dry spot. I'm down. But
it's always Lions.
Yeah. I don't know.
Actually, that spot is harder to ride during the day than it is at night.
Because of the lighting or what?
Yeah. Because it's really dark under there.
Yeah. I've never been there.
You've never been there?
Never been there.
Wow.
I know. I've seen it a million times in videos, but I've never been there.
I feel like you would love that place, too.
Yeah.
Maybe we have plans.
Maybe we can make a pit stop.
Maybe we aren't going to ride the wheel mill at all.
I don't know. I think, didn't Max want to ride today? I think Max, Chase, and Travis.
Let's do this just because it's
Tyler.
Funny. Max, Chase, Travis, Tyler, go to the wheel mill. Or don't go to the wheel mill. Go to Lions.
In 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks in the past, go to Lions, not the wheel mill.
Yeah. That's funny.
I could text you now, but what's the fun in that?
Yeah.
No, Max said he wasn't going to go until later anyway.
Mm.
And it said maybe, or probably, or a word like that. I don't remember offhand.
Gotcha.
I don't know what Tyler's doing. I think James will probably come down with him.
That's
since
exciting.
they live together now.
Yeah, butt buddies. It's hot.
Yeah. They'd probably cross streams in their house urinal.
Sword fight all morning.
Sword fight!
Waking up gay.
Oh, that's funny. They can cuddle.
We used to wake Jake up gay all the time. It's like wake him up by like humping him. Good times.
Did he like it?
He loved it.
See?
He woke up with a smile every time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There's nothing to complain about then.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to go ride bikes, we should go ride bikes. Just kind of...
Do that. I want to put my new pegs on.
We can always do more podcasting later, another day.
Yeah.
Anything like that. I've been trying to get these to come down in length a little bit anyway because
yeah,
I've had some that have been quite excessively long.
Right.
I don't know where we're at on this one. An hour, 25 minutes.
Nice.
So that's not really actually that bad.
Acceptable.
Yeah, you can at least listen.
Yeah.
Not be like, holy crap, I gotta dedicate an entire afternoon to this.
Right. I usually just wake up in the morning, like throw them on, and then just let it play in the background while I'm like doing my shit.
So I don't know if you know this yet formally. They're on Spotify now.
Yeah, nice. That's cool.
They're supposedly available on like the Google Play, Google Podcast, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But the link they sent me doesn't work. So
Convenient.
I haven't tried to just search for it myself and find it on its own.
Yeah.
I'm uploading them through Anchor, which should also distribute it to Apple Podcasts, but they haven't approved it yet.
Yeah.
But like you should be able to find this through a bunch of places at this point. Plus, if you like seeing my goofy mug and whoever else I'm talking to, you got to check out the YouTube show. But
yeah.
There's kind of no value added to the YouTube other than you get to see our pretty faces.
Spotify is a good idea. I'm gonna have to like ditch the Pandora and like get on the Spotify kick.
Well, I was gonna do it on SoundCloud, but they charge $12 a month to host your stuff.
That's ridiculous.
Well, so like an artist or whatever, they can host 3 hours.
Yeah.
For free. But that's 2 shows.
Yeah.
So I can't do that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Or 1 show, depending on who's been on.
Right.
But drop your socials again. Like
there's at Keyston _brand, and then at the Trippin' Sixer, my regular Insta. Need that. And then we don't have to worry about Dodd because I can't use it.
Because it's Dodd.
It's dead. It is what it is.
Yeah, you don't really have anything else you're doing right now.
I've been painting a lot lately. I mean, as of like the past month, not so much. I've started some shit. I need to finish it though, but
yeah,
a few months ago I was like getting hard.
Actually, we were about to wrap, but yeah, let's talk about that real quick because you had one you were super stoked on. You did a skateboard with
oh yeah, Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers on it.
Yeah, his grandson bought that, which is pretty exciting. I don't know, it made me feel good. It's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
If you're buying art of your grandfather, that's pretty cool that I made.
Yeah.
Keep it in the family.
Have you had any other like cool ones that you did one about your aunt for your mom?
Oh yeah, I made one for my mom. My aunt passed away. She fucking loved that thing. I'm pretty stoked on it. I think it's like the best one I've done so far, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so definitely check out his personal Instagram at the Trippin' Sixer.
And
for
at Gray _strokes_art. That's my art page.
Yeah, good. So I almost forgot about that one too.
I forgot about it.
Is it
I like rarely use it.
Gray with an E or Gray with a Y?
I think it's with an E. I can't even remember. I think it's an E.
All right.
Yeah. I think it's an E.
I'm supposed to be like doing a better job of putting proper descriptions together for these and including all those right social media.
You can just like pop them up on the screen.
I have been doing no post editing or anything on these.
Yeah.
I've been doing them completely raw, other than DJ's where he needed to take a pee break. So that one I did just shorten the break.
Yeah.
So I think it it's only on the like pause screen for 2 to 3 seconds.
Gotcha.
And I put some nice jazz music in over it.
Perfect.
But yeah, I want to try to get better at doing that. It turns it into kind of a project in and of itself to get all the stuff properly on there, but I need to do better. So continuous improvement of the podcast is a thing that should probably be happening.
Yeah.
Also, it'll also have been 2 weeks later now, but we just put some of the BMX as fuck stickers on the GrindWorks BMX store. I know we talked about that when Jake was on the show, probably episode 4. So that's a thing now. Obviously episode 7 hasn't even been posted yet, so that happened quicker than what this is going to appear. Hopefully we'll have some other cool things on there that aren't necessarily my stuff. But
yeah, I'll probably be getting you stuff eventually for that.
Yeah, let's see what we can work out. Stickers, shirts, whatever you want to do.
So I'm going to order those dopey shirts as well, but
Okay.
I'm not going to do a pre-order on them. I'm just going to order like what I feel like ordering.
Yeah.
And do it that way. Do like a dozen at a time or so.
Yeah, so
That's people want them, that's where they're at.
That's
that way I
kind
don't
of the
have to worry
hope,
about it.
is to be able to just deal with it all myself. But also, if you're looking for GrindWorks pegs, you might see the dopey shirt and the BMX is Fuck sticker and go,
Right.
oh, I'm going to order all that stuff. Versus if you see stuff on Instagram and you got to go to everyone's individual stores, pay individual shipping, it turns into a project to order any of this stuff. And I fully understand why people don't do it.
Yeah.
It's hard to sell that way.
Right.
So I'm hoping to kind of grow all of our stuff, work together a little bit more than fight each other for sales in a sense.
I want to make pins, as that pin press has me intrigued.
Okay. Well, let's do them. I mean, they're pretty easy to do. Just shoot me a logo, I'll lay it out on there.
Yeah.
I really need a color printer.
Yeah.
But right now I've got a black and white one and don't really feel like spending the money on a color printer just to print pins.
Yeah. I have a printer at home. I'll have to see if it hooks up to my new computer. But I don't know if I need a disc or anything for that printer.
At this day and age, it should all be on USB, and
I feel like
as soon as you plug it in, it should recognize itself and install its own software.
I'm hoping. Because that'd be cool, and I could just...
Who really knows?
Yeah. Won't know until I try.
This is my favorite part of every episode, as you've all probably seen by now, but like, comment, subscribe to the video, do whatever you want to do. Thumbs down it, thumbs up it. I don't really care. You know, actually, either one is good for the video, as long as people are interacting on it.
Right.
So, I really hate doing that, though. I talked about it a lot on the last episode, that like, there's a reason for it because people don't think about it, and they might have ended up here by accident after listening to someone else's show.
Yeah.
And if you liked what you listened to or saw, which you probably didn't like what you saw because it really hasn't changed that much, but just, hit the like, hit the subscribe, tell your friends to watch us be stupid. Then check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at GrindWorks_BMX, and on Facebook, Mixer, and Anchor at GrindWorks BMX, no underscore. And then we also have GrindWorks BMX on Xbox if you want to join our party, play games with us, whatever, talk to us. Just please don't be like a 12-year-old and go, hi, I just want to take over your channel. And never shut up, because I will remove you and block you.
Yeah.
But as long as you're cool, do whatever. On that note, that wraps this up. We're going to go ride bicycles.
Yeah, let's go ride bikes.
Maybe post clips on Instagram.
Yeah, I want to do some filming today, actually, for that. I talked to Brad about that, but he knows what Brad's doing right now.
I don't know. Brad's supposed to come over and do one of these in a couple of days, too.
Sick.
but I've been kind of pushing him off. I've got a handful of people that have been supposed to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even have time. And
yeah. You're going to get all backed up.
Well, see, I like having a little bit of a backlog because then I can...
On off days, you can...
I can, like, kind of give myself a break and then catch back up. But I'm actually a week behind where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Because I never posted DJ's podcast, which was supposed to go up last weekend.
Yeah.
But I was working on getting all of the audio ones up to that point so I could drop them at the same time.
Gotcha.
And now I'm trying to keep posting them like Sunday. So they go up Sunday. If you're subscribed on YouTube, you'll see it Sunday. If you are not subscribed, you won't see a post or anything about it until Monday. That's just the way I've been rolling with them. Kind of give everyone a sneak peek if they want it. But otherwise, I'm probably going to be like 5 or 6 episodes ahead at some point, based on the way this week is shaking out. And that sucks for anything relevant. Like, if something cool is coming up in the next couple of weeks, I don't know how I bridge that gap and talk about it because we're getting too far out. Unless I do, like, if I needed to expedite something and put it in, this is what, episode 9 I said. You know, if I needed to cut something in before this, I might have to do, like, episode 8.5.
8.5.
8.5, quick cut.
Nice.
But I don't want to do that. So, I need to be a little bit better about a schedule and booking out. I'd rather have these lined up for like the next 3 weeks than do 3 in 1 week. That's just stupid. Yeah. Oh well. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on all the other socials, whatever. You know who you are. Take it easy. Thanks again for watching the podcast 9, GrindWorks BMX Podcast 9, GrindWorks Podcast 9, whatever you want to refer to it as. Pretty good with anything at this point. Sorry for the low quality once again. It's kind of funny actually that we were trying to improve the quality and it got worse. So, live and learn. Again, figured since I was doing an intro, I would do an outro, and just let us know in the comments what you thought, whether you like the intro and outro, whether you don't like the intro and outro, or whether you don't care at all. That's also cool. I'd like to know. If it doesn't make a difference, that also tells me a little bit of info. So, I just appreciate any feedback, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, next week is going to be episode 10. And it's a crew from Portland, Maine. Came down, stayed a weekend, rode the wheel mill a little bit, and we kind of talk about all of that. So, and what's up next for them. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully you've enjoyed all of them. And we'll catch you next week.